probably recognize the Red Jersey twin.
He's a lovely fellow. He's everywhere he goes.
Don't go any closer.
You like Moses?
Yeah.
Quite a crowd.
Yes.
What's that for, huh? He does right there.
I'm right here. She's coming right behind us.
Yeah, I think they're helping the other Baba.
They're helping Bobby.
We're almost here.
You see him yet?
They're coming. There's still quite a few people on the stairs.
Okay, folks, what we have here is a 6-pound bronze field gun. 6 pounds because it fires a solid 6-pound iron cannonball. Bronze, it's a bronze barrel, stronger and lighter than iron. And field gun because it's on a battalion carriage. You see this cannon in the field with a marching army and not in a fortification. Mainly because recoil is somewhere between 6 and 10 feet. Especially on this surface. In an enclosed area, it's not a good thing. In ports or aboard ships, you had cannons on truck carriages like the ones behind you. Much heavier, much more stable. Better for confined space. And once again, the British Army, in their wisdom, just loves to prepackage. And what we would have, cloth bag, 6-pound cannonball, 2 pounds of gunpowder. Maximum range on this piece, 12 to 1,400 yards. Aimed range, 400 yards. Once the enemy got within 100 or 200 yards, we would switch to musket balls, or grape shot, which are smaller iron balls, glass, stones, scrap metal. It's a smooth bore. Anything you get down the barrel, you can fire out of the barrel. At 100 yards, it is a one devastating shotgun. A trained crew of 6 load and fire this weapon 3 times per minute, providing they didn't have to spend a lot of time re-aiming. So, that being said, now would everyone please stand behind the white lines for your safety.
Come on back.
Are they gonna fire? Yes, they are.
Go behind the wire.
Put down. Put down.
Each man has a specific job.
Get on my shoulder.
The first gunner is going to handle his worm. It's a corkscrew-like device on a stick that's going to search the piece. As to pull out any fabric remaining from the previous shot, or any other material that might still be smoldering in the barrel. The second gunner is going to grab his ramrod, spring the rammer. That's what we want to hear is that nice clean belt tone. The tube is clear, the breech is clear, it is now safe to load and fire the gun. Enter the charge and charge your beast. What I'm doing right now is called tending the vent. Safety precaution. The sweeping motion of the ramrod creates somewhat of a vacuum in the tube. This will put out any remaining sparks and also help to seat the charge in the breech. Next, I'm going to take my gunner's pick, gunner's needle, and priming wire. It's usually brass. Could be bronze or copper so as not to spark in iron guns. And down through the vent, I'm going to poke some holes in the back of that cartridge. Like we did with the musket, we're going to use a small amount of powder to fire a large one. Then the gunner is preparing his stock. His Dutch or matchstick, only a piece of slow match, just like what the grenadier used. And what we're going to have, 3 commands. The first is going to be take care, alerting you the gun is loaded, primed, and ready to fire. Make ready, you should cover your ears. Give fire. Now, those of you who want to take a picture, open your mouth. It'll help equalize the pressure in your ears. Put your finger on the button. Because when the cannon fires, you will flinch and your finger will take the picture for you. Works 9 times out of 10.
Cover your ears.
Take care!
Ready?
Ready?
On your ears.
Gabriel?
Give fire.
Oh.
Just for comparison's sake, if we were firing that 6-pound cannonball, we'd be firing 2 pounds of powder.
We're gonna
That
do it
was
again?
2 ounces. Gives you the idea of what black powder can do. So again, we're going to search the barrel. Also handle the worm, or I'm sorry, the sponge. The sponge is a ramrod wrapped in sheepskin dipped in water and vinegar. Gunpowder burns very hot, very dirty. So this will cool the barrel, and the vinegar will help clean some of that residue out. The gun won't clog. And once again, handle the ramrod and spring the ramrod. There's a good piece. This gun in the field could fire 8 to 10 rounds.
What?
Then you have to let it stand down and rest and cool for 5 to 10 minutes.
Every.
Iron guns, maybe 5, 6, or 7 rounds. You need to do the same thing. This fort had 17 iron guns. 2 6-pounders, a 9-pounder, 2 32s, and the rest were 18s, like the ones behind you. Colonel Monroe was unhappy with them. He said they were old, and he suspected some needing them underwater for some period of time. But frontier outpost in North America, and you got what you got.
Yeah,
It wasn't the best. So the French landed with 40 pieces of artillery, mostly cannons, some howitzers and mortars. Right over there, Boardwalk Restaurant's Artillery Cove. They started trenching near that tower, the old courthouse. They trenched all through the night, and by the next morning they had over 20 guns in play, pounding the Northwest Bastion. For whatever reason, the British crews decided they would not press the cannons. So to cool the barrels, they started throwing pails of cold water over them. What happens when you take iron at 200 to 300 degrees, douse it with cold water, and pack it for 5 pounds of gunpowder? 11 of the guns exploded, killing the crews. In fact, at one point, the exploding cannon in the fort were killing more British soldiers than the French were. Comments on artillery or other hobbies? Well, let's go make a musket ball, shall we?